What is up, everybody? Jarrett from Empire of Assets here, and today we are doing just a little Pokemon market update. Obviously, as thousands of other videos have been posted talking about the Pokemon market, and most of the other trading card markets have kind of been taking a clobbering lately. But I do think there is some opportunity in the market. These things have already been talked about too, so there's nothing super new here, but just kind of wanted to cover what I've been doing, what sort of my strategy is going forward, and what that looks like. So market's way down. The Nationals coming up end of July, beginning of August, and that means that a lot of people are saving up their money. With Pokemon celebrations coming out, a lot of people are saving their money from that. There's a ton of cool new Pikachu promos released that I think people are going to be really excited about. I will do a video on that probably tomorrow, so you guys can see those. Definitely pretty cool. They are announced in all the Japanese sets, or the Japanese 25th anniversary set, but I would imagine that they will be coming to English. At least the majority of them will be. But anyways, people are saving their money for the National. They're saving it for later sets. Not a lot of people spending money. That's obvious in battle styles. I was just looking at buying some Elite Trainer boxes for like $29 a piece. Ridiculously cheap, but we'll get into that a little bit later. The thing I want to talk about is eBay auctions. There's not a lot of people looking to spend money, a lot of people getting out of the hobby, and people that are kind of just punting their cards. They want to get out of it, they don't want it anymore, and are putting up their cards on auction on eBay, expecting to probably take a loss if they bought within the last 6 months. I think this is a great opportunity to kind of get back into the eBay sniping. You can find some really good deals out there. And that kind of goes with another thing that I've seen a lot of people talking about, which is getting slightly lower grades and not PSA graded cards. So what I have here is a card that I bought for my personal collection. This is a Dragonite, my first graded Dragonite that I've bought. It is nothing too special, just the Dragonite EX from Evolutions in a CGC 9.5 with no subgrades, which is a little disappointing. But I'll talk to you guys about why I purchased this card. So I have decided to go on a crusade, I guess we'll call it, an adventure, a personal collecting goal to collect every Dragonite just Dragonite card made. So you have the original Fossil Dragonites, the Dark Dragonites, the EXs from the 2005 era cards, the modern EXs, the GXs. There's a new V that was just announced with the alternate art. That was what my last video was on. A lot of cool cards. It covers a lot of really cool parts of the hobby. So yeah, that is been my decision to start collecting them. So why did I go with CGC? Well, the main reason I like CGC personally for my own collections is I do like the cases better than PSA. I like the blue label. I like the clear around the outside. I think it looks really clean. They do get scratched pretty easy. That is why this one came in a plastic baggie, and I will probably be keeping it in a baggie unless I am actually displaying it, which I plan on doing once I get the majority of the cards. But I think the case looks really clean. I like that. Also, I think their grading is really tough. I submitted 2 different cards with CGC, which I thought had a good shot of being a 9 or higher. One came back an 8, and one came back an 8.5. So not the grades that I was well, slightly lower. I mean, pretty good, but not as good. I think they grade really tough. I think they're a new company, and they don't want to give away easy grades because I think that undermines your validity in the market. People don't like that. People look at you like you just give away 10s like GMA or some other company like that. So I think they grade pretty harshly. So I think if you can get a 9 or a 9.5, it's a really clean card. It's never going to sell for as much as a 10. But I think in CGC, the 9.5 is pretty safe because 10s are just so rare. I think a 9 or a 9.5 are both good investments because the pop of the 10 is just going to be so low. It's not like a PSA 10 where that's kind of the market or the best you can do, but there's a decent amount of them out there for most cards at least. With CGC 10s, I see very few ever getting graded that high. So I just don't think it will happen as much. So I think that adds value to the 9.5s. I also think that CGC is going to continue to gain and close the gap between Beckett and PSA. They were just bought out by a huge company with billions of dollars. I think they're going to innovate with adding computer imaging to grading to make it more consistent, kind of take the human element out of it so that it's all computer analytical based and not so much with the human emotional based. If you had a bad day, maybe you grade cards harder than if you were having a good day. So I like that. I think CGC will do good things in the future. I personally, however, am going to just have a little disclaimer that I will not send any more cards out to CGC right now at this point because of the combination of they grade really tough, I think, and their cards aren't worth as much in the open market. So I like to buy CGC cards because I think you're getting a lot of money or you're getting a lot of card for the value, especially if you're buying the higher grades. But I think as the seller, it's not worth it to send to them. They are a little cheaper and you can still submit, unlike PSA. But you're going to get a lot less value. The difference between this 9.5 and a 10 or even a 9 in PSA is absolutely crazy. So if you think you're maybe on average you're going to get half of a grade lower than you would at PSA or even a full grade lower, and then you're going to get less value for that card on top of it, it is just a losing scenario, I think. So that is why I won't personally grade with them, but I do like buying the cards for my personal collection. And I think if you wanted to speculate on stuff in the future, it's pretty safe. If you really want to get crazy, you could probably buy 9.5s, crack them, and submit them to PSA and get a 10. Another company I'm looking at is CGC or SGC. They are the black sort of tuxedo looking label. I think they also are really, you can buy a 10 in that, much cheaper than a PSA 10. Crack that bad boy, submit it to PSA, and I think you have a really good shot at getting a 10 and increasing your value sometimes 5 times, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, that's why I'm buying that. That's the combination of the Dragon Knight and then the 9 or the 9.5 instead of the 10. It's just so much cheaper, and there's no visible flaws for me on this card as a 9.5. There's no subgrade, so I can't tell exactly what to look for. It's probably the centering, which if you look close, you can see that the centering is a little bit different. Hard to get a good camera angle, but it's slightly, it's a little bit thinner on this side than it is on this side. So I think that's probably why they knocked it down. PSA is not as tough on centering, so there's also a possibility that if you do buy a 9 or 9.5, I always try and get the lowest grade in that centering because PSA is not quite as hard. Their 60/40 can still be a PSA 10. So there's a really good chance you could crack this card and get a 10, which is what I like to hear, even though I don't plan on doing that. So that's kind of why I'm sticking with the lower grades. Obviously, it's more for my personal collection, which I do view as a sort of an investment, but more of a fun, I don't care if I don't make money on these for a long time type of card. Just because I like to have them, I want to be able to display all 39 different Dragon Knight cards are what I have on the list. That includes a couple Japanese cards that weren't ever made in English, and some national championship cards and some different fun things like that. But we are on the journey to 39. I have one really cool promo card, probably my second or third favorite Dragon Knight card of all time, coming in the mail. I just bought that one recently, so excited to show that off to you guys. Otherwise, we don't have anything too crazy. I have a Delta Species card and an EX card, both at PSA, along with a Dark Dragon Knight from Team Rocket Returns. Excited to have those. I'll just flip you guys through the rest of the collection. These are mostly modern, just regular holographic cards. None that I'm too crazy about. This one I think is a pretty nice card. Then we have the EX here. And lastly, we have this reverse holo. So nothing too crazy there, but I do have, I believe, 9 or 10 out of the 39 so far with those ones I have at PSA. So we are making a little bit of headway, but kind of switching to what I'm doing in the larger market. So still looking, Facebook, Craigslist, looking for underpriced deals all the time. That's just a habit now. It's ingrained in me at this point that before I go to bed or during my lunch break at work or whenever, I'll pop out my phone, scroll through Facebook's marketplace, check the new listings, and then check Craigslist for local listings. I have not found many deals on there. It seems like everybody that's selling got in too high, and then the market fell, and now they're trying to get way more than market value for stuff. But you never know when a good deal could pop up. That is why I keep checking there. I do think I am going to start getting more sealed product. I really like the battle styles at $32 a booster or elite trainer box, even if I have to sit on it for probably 2 to 3 years to see appreciation. You're buying those for almost $10 under MSRP, which I think is really nice. Not buying any Chilling Reign yet, just because I think it has a long time. I do think it's a good time to catch up on some old Elite Trainer boxes. My two other collecting goals at the moment are to own one of every Dragapult card, which I picture being very easy because there's only like 6 different ones. And then the other goal is to own one of every Elite Trainer box. Now this is a very big goal because the old ones, the black and white era, Plasma Freeze, Plasma Storm, or Plasma Blast maybe, 2 of those have Elite Trainer boxes, are multiple thousands of dollars. And then you have a lot of really expensive ones, even more modern ones. Dragon Majesty is really expensive. Unified Minds is expensive. The one with Rayquaza on the outside is really expensive. There's just a lot of really expensive ones. But it's a slow goal to work towards, and I will probably keep doing that in the future, as it's good, I think, to have goals in downtimes like this too. It's a little easier to not worry about the value of stuff continuing to fall if you do really like it and you plan on just keeping it in your personal collection. So it's a good time to catch up on some old ones. Sun and Moon base set Elite Trainer boxes are going for $40 MSRP, which is, at this point, it's been a lot of years after release. I think those are safe from ever getting reprinted, so I think those are probably a pretty good pickup. A lot of the ones that are on the edge of could be reprinted, could not be reprinted, are really shooting up in value. So it's probably a good time to get some of those. They really don't, Pokemon Company, or the Pokemon Center, Pokemon Company doesn't like to reprint the Elite Trainer boxes because it's really hard to reprint the little coins that come in there, the dice, the sleeves, the promo card if there's a promo card, and the box itself and all the packaging. It's way easier to just reprint a booster box, which is why like Vivid Voltage is a really good example. Elite Trainer boxes are still valued at over $100 right now, while the booster boxes have fallen from like $250 down to about $120. So a huge fall there, and that's just because the Vivid Voltage Elite Trainer box hasn't been reprinted, while booster boxes did get a big reprint. So that's kind of my thoughts there. I'm definitely probably going to not buy Chilling Reign unless I get a really good deal on it. I just think it will probably get reprinted, and there's nothing too special in the Elite Trainer boxes. The only Elite Trainer boxes that I really like and think you should buy at MSRP or even a little over are ones that include promo cards that you can only get in the Elite Trainer boxes, because I think that adds a little bit extra value instead of just the packs and the sleeves and stuff. I do like them for the displayability, but that's the ones that I really like. The Hidden Fates one with the stained glass birds did really well. I bought a bunch of the Champions Path ones that had the Charizard V, the pink one, in it. I have one of the Shining Legends that has the Shining Rayquaza promo card in it. Those seem to do by far the best, the holiday sets of the promo cards. So I'm not crazy about getting the Chilling Reign right now. I think I have plenty of time on that one. I don't see the market spiking on that one crazily anytime soon. Otherwise, I'm waiting for Evolving Skies, which I'm really excited about. I think that will be an awesome set, and definitely saving up because I want to rip some Celebrations, and I think Celebrations could do really well. But I think that one will get reprinted for a long time, so I don't see that one appreciating value for maybe 3 to 5 years unless something crazy happens. But that's kind of my take on the market right now. I'd love to know what you guys are currently doing with your collection. Not too much of an exciting video today, just some general thoughts, and you got to see the start of my Dragonite collection with more to come on that. Thanks guys for watching. I will catch you in the next video.